on to the next team, and that is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. And that is going to be Sprite taking over in the NFC North.
Right.
He went from, I think he started off in the AFC, was in the NFC, back in the AFC.
He's been all over.
Like probably back for he's been all over at this point. So, tell us a little bit about this Vikings team who's probably in cap hell.
I can't see any salary cap info. I was actually trying to look for the contract on this website for Stafford, but it doesn't let you see it. But obviously they've got the Kirk Cousins contract. I believe this is the last year of that contract. Or did he sign an extension in the offseason?
Extension.
He did. So we'll see if Madden has that. But kind of a top-heavy team. Harrison Smith, 95 overall. Dalvin Cook, 91. Michael Pierce, 91. Defensive tackle. Adam Thielen, 90. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is gone from this roster. He's in Buffalo now, I believe. But a little bit of a defensive-heavy roster. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 6 out of the top 10 are on defense. The other 4 on offense. Good special teams. 78 punter, 76 kicker. Always important. Offensive line looks pretty decent. So another team that is a little bit older. Like you said, the cap situation should be fun to deal with. But some good weapons. Irv Smith at tight end. Tajay Sharp looks like the second wide receiver. Kind of a disappointing career for him in Tennessee, so he moves over. Justin Jefferson, the rookie out of LSU, will be fun to play with. So a decently balanced team. Again, should be ready to compete. The NFC North is going to be fun, man. There's I think all 4 teams, maybe not the Lions, but at least the other 3 are ready to compete right away.
Yeah, I mean that Vikings team with Cousins is always going to be interesting, just because of how that contract situation is, and it will be interesting to see how Madden deals with it. Whether it's a contract that, if Cousins doesn't perform, can be, he can get out of it or not.
Yeah.
Cooley, why don't you talk to us a little bit about where Sprite was at the end of last cycle?
I don't know. He was out of the league, so I couldn't go back and look. I don't remember how he was doing.
I know he was on the Chargers for a couple seasons there at the end, but
kind of with the Chargers, and then Priest took over, so I couldn't really see what his overall record was. It didn't have it on there anymore, but I will about a couple things you guys just addressed. I was reading somewhere that Madden's kind of fudged a little on the cap situations because some of those teams are in really bad cap situation, and it would make it almost impossible to get you to year 2. So I think they've kind of fudged a little bit on some of the caps to make it easier.
Yeah, they don't do like the rolling rollover years or rollover money and all that stuff in the game. So
yeah. So I think they're making it a little easier there. And I did also read that this is probably not exactly what all these guys want to hear, but it'll mean team building will be more important. That I think this is probably the lowest rated division in Madden for the next overall. These 4 teams would be the lowest rated out of any of the division. So team building is going to be pretty important, but it also means if you get a leg up, then you can it's a playoff. If you're playing well, playoffs are might be easier to make if you can dominate your division.
That's a fun point to think about too.
Playoffs.
Sorry, just real quick. That's cool. That point you made about the teams maybe being the lowest rated division. It might be the best team builder rather than the best player that turns out to kind of run the division. So that could be interesting to look at.
So Sprite won't win it.
Ouch. And one other thing with the expanded playoffs being in this Madden, winning a division, no matter how good or bad the division is, winning that division is going to be key. So to get that home field. So with all that, Sprite, I know this is a kind of a surprise for you. So tell us what little you may know about this Vikings team and what you want to say about them.
Well, first, I'm going to address Cooley. I know he's probably a little upset and just a little bit of butt hurt because Tennessee kicks Kentucky's ass just about every year. I understand that he's upset, so I'll let that slide a little bit. I don't know a ton about Minnesota other than I hate Cousins because he's got a noodle arm. I'm very worried about that. I'm pretty excited about seeing Justin Jefferson. I know his jump's pretty good and catching traffic's pretty good, and I throw a lot in traffic, so he might play well for me. So, and they got a corner too, didn't they? In the first round, was it?
I was thinking that. I was actually
Mike
trying to look
Hughes?
for that guy because I
There's a
thought they
dude
drafted
from
somebody in the
TCU,
first round.
Yeah, I can't remember. Gladney.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's got good size, I think, and he's got good speed and
Yeah, 91
acceleration.
speed.
So yeah, so it's going to be a challenge cap wise, I'm afraid, but maybe I can make some moves. You never know until you see what Madden's done with the numbers and stuff to see what you can do with the cap. But I'm excited. I've played with Vin a few times. I'm not sure about captain, but I'm excited about playing these guys in this division. So,
All right.
that's it.
No, that's
Okay.
good. Roll Tide.